What's good, guys? Fantasy Joe back here with another fantasy football profile. Today we are talking DeAndre Hopkins 2021 Outlook. If you guys are new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share with your friends, and if you have any comments, leave them in the comment section down below. Really helps me out. I will respond to all comments, so if you leave a question about your league, whatever you want to know, DeAndre Hopkins question, whatever. We also have a bunch of other fantasy profiles, so check those out too. Okay, DeAndre Hopkins. So he finished 2020 as the wide receiver 5 overall in half-point PPR leagues. Now, we saw him, really the most impressive thing about his season was he is the target share king. We saw those years when he was in Houston. He was pulling in the league for target share in the league right around 30%. And when he made that move to Arizona, it was almost certain, that will decrease. He won't get 30% of the targets because no one gets 30% of the targets. Switching situations, it's really hard to get right back in that situation. Last year, he basically had a 30% target share again, though. So really, there's no reason to doubt him at this point. He had 160 targets last year, which is an absolute ton. 10 targets a game. And he had 115 receptions, good for 1,407 yards and 6 touchdowns. Really, really good first year in a new system for sure. I think one of the most exciting things about him is that he's attached to Kyler Murray, who we've seen, take off last year as far as fantasy goes. He was very good for fantasy, but Kyler only threw 26 touchdowns last year. I think he could get that number closer to 30 this year, and that's why I think there's more touchdown upside for DeAndre Hopkins. I think he's been a guy who's had double-digit touchdowns multiple times in his career before. I don't think there's any reason he couldn't do it this year. Also, he only caught 6 last year. I think even if he just gets a few more, gets a little lucky with all those targets that he's getting. Not lucky, but I think the numbers average out a little bit more. He's going to definitely catch a few more touchdowns this season, and that's going to push him over the edge, just really helping a lot of people's fantasy teams. I have no problem taking DeAndre Hopkins as the 4th receiver right after Stephon Diggs is probably where I'm taking him. Honestly, if Aaron Rodgers ends up retiring, then all of a sudden I think he's maybe the 3rd receiver off the board. I think I'd take him before Devontae Adams if Jordan Love is throwing him the ball. Who knows what's going to happen with that, though. DeAndre Hopkins the other day apparently put up some tweet about talking about retiring because of the vaccine. So who knows what's going to happen with DeAndre Hopkins, honestly. The NFL is crazy. But I have him projected for 110 receptions, 1,450-plus receiving yards, and 8 touchdowns. And like I said, that could easily be double digits. I just think that number comes up from 6 almost certainly from last year. And, yeah, I think you'll be very happy to own DeAndre Hopkins this season. If you guys are new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. Helps me out a ton. Hit that like button. Helps out the video. And if you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. I'll respond as always. This is Fantasy Joe, signing off.